Hi, I'm Matthew Lapp, host of Matthew Lapp Train Guy. Also today I'm at the Nevada State Railroad Museum and continuing episode 13 with part 2. Okay, I'm going to show you all the exhibits inside the Jacobson Interpretive Music Center building and show you what's changed compared to the video I made in 2016. And this time we'll enter through this door, so I'll get behind the camera and show you around. So here we go. Okay, so here we go inside the JIC, the Jacobson Interpretive Center, and these engines came from Sacramento. The one at that end and this one at this end. Well, anyways, around the time this video was made. This is probably a makeshift engine, and here's some wheels, a map of the Eureka Mill Railroad, the Nevada Legend of Whistling Bill. That's a replica of the Whistling Bill, by the way. Here's some models of the Union Pacific caboose and outrace boxcar, railroad spikes, and yeah, here's when the Transcontinental Railroad was completed in 1869. The two men holding bottles up like that. Yeah, that's the 119, the original, and the Central Pacific 60, the Jupiter, the original. There's some more pictures on this wall. Pause and read. Feel free, I'll walk slower. Yeah. Look at all these cases. Oh, my bad. So anyways, here's some more pictures on this wall. And all the America grew and such. There's an old-fashioned telegraph, lanterns, an old-fashioned telephone. Oh, and that's a picture of New York Central trains. And yeah. And look at this. Southern Pacific Streamline diesel. And that looks like a model of the Challenger engine. The McKean motor car, which there's one here. And was built in Omaha. Look at all these. And all this looked great. Go up here. Now, when I made videos talking about the smaller exhibits in here, back in 2016, there's these models again, the Jack and Margie Gibson collection, the Lion, which there's a replica here made in Iowa, in Clear Lake, Iowa, the J.W. Bowker, which is on loan around the time I made this video, the Virginia, the Empire, which is in Sacramento, the Tahoe, which is all the way in Strasburg, Pennsylvania, the Inyo, which is here, the Genoa, which is on loan here around the time I made this video, the Reno, which is at the recreated Virginia and Truckee Railroad, which just came from Tucson. There's the Dayton, which is currently on loan to the Sacramento Museum the time I made this video. The second 25, which is now in Virginia City. The McKean. No, wait. Actually, that's the 25 that's here, obviously. But anyways, that's the 26, which was scrapped years ago. The 27, which is now the Comstock Heritage Museum in Virginia City. And the McKean Motor Car 22, which is a sister model, the 25 sister. Yeah. Here's an old-fashioned grandfather clock as well. And a Nevada cement monument. And yeah, pretty cool. What you see right behind me is Dardanelle and Russellville 8. Dardanelle and Russellville 8 was built by Cook Locomotive and Machine Works in Paterson, New Jersey in 1888 and is the 1861st steam locomotive built by that factory and is a 440 American type steam locomotive. Originally, this locomotive was built for the Denver, Texas and Fort Worth Railroad and was originally number 9. Later, it was renumbered 114. Then, in 1890, it was sold to the St. Louis Iron Mountain and Southern Railway. In 1906, it was bought by the Dardanelle and Russellville Railroad in Dardanelle, Arkansas, and was renumbered 8. In 1938, it was then leased to the 20th Century Fox Corporation in Malibu, California, and was used as a prop for the film Jesse James. Then afterwards, it went back to the Dardanelle and Russellville Railroad. In 1945, it was then purchased by the 20th Century Fox and appeared in other films like Sentimental Journey, Centennial Summer, and Scandalous John. Then it sat unused in the company's back lot for 10 years. In 1972, it was sold to Shortline Enterprises in Cucamonga, California, and it was restored to operating condition and was used in movies and TV specials such as The Gambler. In 1976, it was moved to Virginia City, Nevada, and was renumbered 28 as it operated on the Virginia and Truckee Tourist Railroad. In 1977, it was then moved to Jamestown, California, and eventually it had its number 8 again. As well as that, it served the Sierra Railroad there. Then in 1982, it was moved to the California State Railroad Museum in Sacramento, California, and helped celebrate the grand opening of the museum in Old Town Sacramento. Later, it was then moved to the Nevada State Railroad Museum in Carson City, Nevada, to provide steam-powered train rides and operated at the museum for a while till 2008. The firebox was severely damaged after explosions when her fuel oil hit hot spots in the firebox. In 2009, it was declared that she'll never operate again and was put in the shop to be repaired. The tender was traded with 25's tender, which was inoperable because of water tank leak. In 2019, it was dressed up as the Union Pacific 119 in honor of the 150th anniversary of the completion of the nation's first transcontinental railroad, being completed in 1869. It was then put on display near the Wabasca Depot at the museum and sits on a siding where the track ends as well. Also, Dardanelle in Russellville 8 is the only remaining Dardanelle in Russellville 440 left in the world today and can be found here on display at the Nevada State Railroad Museum in Carson City, Nevada, where it is today. What you see right behind me is Western Pacific 657. Western Pacific 657 was built by the Western Pacific Jeffrey Shops in Sacramento, California, likely in 1943, and is a wooden bay window caboose. This car was originally built as a boxcar once built by Pullman and had a 1500 number series. In the 1940s, it was rebuilt as a caboose. It was used for many years to serve as the train crew's office on the Western Pacific Railroad and was at the back of freight trains as well. Then it was retired and was sold to the Ponderosa Ranch in Incline Valley, Nevada. Then in 2004, the ranch closed and was bought by Incline Valley developer David Duffield. Then in 2009, he donated the caboose to the Nevada State Railroad Museum in Carson City, Nevada, where it is seen on display today. What you see right behind me is Tucson, Cornelia, and Gila Bend 401. Tucson, Cornelia, and Gila Bend 401 was built by Edwards Motor Car Company in Sanford, North Carolina in 1926 and is a doodlebug. This unit was used for many years to haul people up and down the line on the Tucson, Cornelia, and Gila Bend Railroad in Ajo, Arizona. It would run between the copper mine in Ajo and Gila Bend. In 1943, it was installed with a six-cylinder white gasoline engine which replaced the original. Then in 1947, it was retired and was then donated to the Traveltown Museum in Los Angeles, California. In 1963, the car was traded to Mr. Lindley Bothwell for two trolley cars that operated in Los Angeles, California. In 1975, it was acquired by the Shortline Enterprises and it was restored and operated on the Virginia and Truckee Railroad in Virginia City, Nevada during the 1976 season as the Washoe Zephyr and was numbered 50. Then it was moved to Jamestown, California, where it was stored. In 1988, it was then moved to the Nevada State Railroad Museum in Carson City, Nevada, and the museum soon took ownership of the car. In 1997, it received a new HP Cummins diesel engine and it replaced the 75 horsepower white gasoline engine. In 1999, it received a new fluid drive transmission. Then after that, it was moved to the California State Railroad Museum in Sacramento, California, where it would be part of the event Rail Fair 99. As well as that, it was repainted to its appearance on the Tucson, Cornelia, and Gila Bend Railroad. Then afterwards, it returned to its prospective museum. Today, it is preserved here at the Nevada State Railroad Museum in Carson City, Nevada, and sometimes it operates on the museum grounds as well. What you see right behind me is Virginia and Truckee 8. Virginia and Truckee 8 was built by the Virginia and Truckee Railroad Shops in Virginia City, Nevada in 1869 and is a coach caboose. Also, the car is named Julia Bulette. It was originally numbered 1. For many years, it was used to carry passengers on the Virginia and Truckee Railroad. Originally, it was designed for caboose service, which in those days included carrying third-class passengers. It was used for the first-class passenger train. The car was taken into the shops for refurbishment and returned to its old service in 1872 and was renumbered 8. Then in 1908, it was rebuilt as a maintenance car. Then in 1915, it was converted to being a combination sleeper car where it included a workroom diner for the Interstate Commerce Commission valuation. In 1923, it was rebuilt and the side doors were removed. The car was converted to maintenance of way, construction, cook, and dining car service. In 1945, it was rebuilt into a club car and received the name. The name is misspelled for Julia Bulette of Virginia City, which was for a Lions Club excursion. In 1947, it was sold to MGM Pictures, which is short for Metro Goldwyn Mayer. In 1970, it was sold at an auction to Ronald G. Steiner and was restored back to a coach and numbered 8. In 1973, it was acquired by Shortline Enterprises and was restored again and continued movie service. In 1988, it was acquired by the Nevada State Railroad Museum in Carson City, Nevada. It is preserved at the museum today and sometimes it is used in passenger service on the museum's tracks as well. What you see right behind me is Carson and Tahoe Lumber and Fluming 1. Carson and Tahoe Lumber and Fluming 1 was built by Baldwin in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in 1875 and is the 3712th steam locomotive built by that factory and is a 260 mogul type steam locomotive. Also, the locomotive is named Glenbrook. This locomotive was used by the operated on the Carson and Tahoe Lumber and Fluming Railroad, but never numbered 1 for that though, and was used on the line hauling cut timber and cordwood from the sawmills in Glenbrook on the shores of Lake Tahoe to the top of Spooner Summit, where Highway 50 currently leaves the Tahoe Basin. At the summit, the lumber and wood was taken from flat cars and put in water flume that carried it to the south end of Carson City, Nevada. There it was reloaded onto flat cars of the Virginia and Truckee Railroad and carried to Virginia City, Nevada, where the lumber was used in construction and as mine supports, while the cord wood fueled the hoist boilers. In 1899, the line was torn up and the equipment was moved to Tahoe City, California, on the northwest shore of the lake, where the Bliss family built the Lake Tahoe Railway and Transportation Company that ran along the Truckee River to Truckee, California, where they met the Central Pacific Railroad, and this locomotive given the number 1. In 1937, it ran on the Nevada County Narrow Gauge Railroad. Also, the locomotive was nearly scrapped. Then, in 1943, Hope Bliss convinced the family to purchase the locomotive from the scrap company, and then it was presented to the Nevada State Museum in the Old Mint Building in Carson City, Nevada, and for many years it sat on display beside the museum, and children even climbed around the locomotive. Then in 1980, the state of Nevada created the Nevada State Railroad Museum here in Carson City, Nevada, and in 1981, it was moved on a truck to the museum in preparation for the long work of restoring it to its original 1875 factory look. Then later, it was soon planned to be one of the oldest operating narrow-gauge steam locomotives in the continent in North America as well. In 2021, it attended Victorian Iron Horse Roundup event at the Cumbers and Toltec Scenic Railroad, and then came back to the museum afterwards. Also, Carson and Tahoe Lumber and Fluming 1 is one of 2 surviving Carson and Tahoe Lumber and Fluming steam engines, as well as 2 Nevada County narrow gauge locomotives, and both are 260s, and Nevada County Narrow Gauge 5 is at the Nevada County Narrow Gauge Railroad Museum in Nevada City, California, as well as Carson and Tahoe Lumber and Fluming 1 is here at the Nevada State Railroad Museum in Carson City, Nevada, and like I said, it operates occasionally here as well. What you see right here is a handcar that was used on probably the Virginia and Truckee Railroad years ago, until it ended up here at the Nevada State Railroad Museum here in Carson City. And also this handcar, they sometimes bring out to roll up to the turntable and back to the shed. And also, one point it was painted orange, till it was painted this color, yellow. Well, I hope you all enjoyed learning about trains with me today in Matthew Lap Train Guy. Also, I hope to see you all again real soon. And also, if you didn't subscribe to the channel yet, the subscribe button is just down below the video screen. If you didn't give the Facebook page a like yet, here's where you'll want to go. And if you didn't follow the Instagram page yet, here's where you'll want to go as well. Also, be sure to get your merch at teesprings.com. The link is in the description box below, along with the Facebook and Instagram pages. And as always, remember to subscribe to the Train Guy. So this is Matthew Lapp, host of Matthew Lapp Train Guy. Sign out. Till next time.
All aboard.